How's it going, folks? It's Nobu, and thank you so much for joining me today for another episode of Daredevil. And I just gotta say it one more time, last week was crazy. The return of Fisk and Stick in the same damn episode. Like, where do we even go from here? We have what seems to be the end of the trial now that Frank is in prison, and I guess you could say the end of Matt and Foggy's career, unfortunately, for now, of course. I have no idea where we're going now, so let's just get right into it. Flashback. Well, he's not handcuffed here.
Clothing and personal items in the bin.
Must be so weird for someone in his position of power to be treated this way. He's certainly not accustomed to it. Is this normal procedure? I mean, it would be hard to change with handcuffs on. I've just never seen this before. And his dad's cufflinks. And there he goes to stare at the wall.
She wants to come see you.
Well, she can't. She must stay where she's safe for the time being.
I'm doing everything I can to get you out. But we're talking about a process that could take months.
We need you to keep your head down and avoid trouble while you're in here. It's the best move, Mr. Fisk. In fact, it's the only move.
Listen, Fisk. The boogeyman of crime. It's best to accept that real life is what happens on the inside.
Maybe your life, Mr. Dutton, not mine.
We never met before, have we? You may have made a name for yourself on the outside. But I run the big box.
Just try and fight him. Watch what happens, buddy.
No intentions of doing that.
Cut the shit, fat man. I know guys like you my whole life. I killed most of them. Because I'm the kingpin of this bitch.
Just watch. Is this whole episode going to be following Fisk? It's looking structured that way.
I won't bother you. Just wanted to meet. We're not like these savages in here, that's all.
He's just staring him down.
He runs about 80% of the contraband in this place. Most of the guards are in his pocket, from what I can tell.
Huh.
Valdez brothers.
They're your friends.
Slim pickings in here, but yeah.
Do they have family?
A mother.
He's already scheming.
But the appeal is
Didn't ask you here for that.
Oh.
He's so good.
Andrea Valdez. She's 62. She lives in Spanish Harlem. Needs her rent paid indefinitely.
What is this?
Favor for a favor.
Mr. Fisk, I warned you about getting involved.
Listen to that man. He knows what he's doing.
He and his men haven't emerged from blockade today. No way to get in. That wing's impenetrable.
For now.
Paper's interesting, though.
Okay, now we're catching up in the timeline.
A deal with the Aryans to move product in the dog's territory. A hostile takeover. Does Dutton have connections with the Irish?
Some heroin deal gone south. That was a while back, though.
Okay, we're all caught up now. Is he going to use Frank to get to Dutton? And now the intro starts. I'm just a little curious on the timeline of this, because if I'm not mistaken, season 1, I believe, took place in the fall. And then season 2 is the summer after, because they were having the AC problems during the heat wave. So less than a year he's been in prison, which is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, that's right. He's got to have the same treatment. And that went clean through his back. Who the hell are these people? Okay, so it seems the hand has some resources. They're making it untraceable. Actually, no, wait. These would be the chase. My bad, guys. My bad. I caught myself there afterwards. Hand of the bad guys. The chase or the resistance, essentially. Makes sense, too, because Elektra is quite rich. Wow, she's wearing like a normal outfit. Not a dress or a costume or nothing. Kind of strange looking at that.
It's been taken care of.
Not it.
If you'd spared him, he would have sent his big brothers after us. I killed him in self-defense.
I saw it 10 years ago at Roscoe Sweeney.
And I saw it again last night. Your adrenaline spiked, Elektra. You enjoy killing. And you may say you want to be good for me, but that's not who you really are, is it?
The first time I took her life, I was 12 years old. I wasn't saving another. I wasn't even protecting myself.
And you enjoyed it.
Stay away from those crazy girls, man.
I fell in love with you.
I loved you too.
You all should go your separate ways then.
We can't do this anymore. Goodbye, Elektra.
Good for Matt. Now he has to repair his actual relationships with Karen and Foggy. We know that's not the last of her, but this is something I wanted to see him stand up to her.
You have something you want to say to me?
This is so strange.
What happened to your family that day?
Don't you do that. You don't talk about my family, you got that? Look, you got something to say to me or not?
Yes. There's a man here in the big box boasting about his involvement with several criminal factions. He most definitely had a hand in the massacre in the park. He's in another cell block.
I didn't ask you that.
Heavily guarded by guards and inmates
I don't
alike.
give a shit, I want a name.
Yep, exactly what I said he was gonna do.
What's in it for you?
He controls much of this prison.
Why haven't you done it yourself?
Because, Mr. Castle, unlike most of the population here, my plan is to keep my head down so I can get out.
Well, I don't help. Shitbag has been mob bosses.
Has been.
You heard what I said.
This is a man that cannot be intimidated by Fisk. Just a completely different dynamic than he's used to. I mean, Matt's really the only other one.
Proposing an arrangement.
I don't do arrangements.
You should rethink that.
This is the only guy that will ever say no to that man.
Yes, I benefit from your actions. But the tide raises all ships, Mr. Castle.
That's a quote from season 1.
But the war you waged on New York City, it got you nowhere. I'm offering you something no one else could. If you don't want my help, fine.
How would it work?
Guards have a shift change at 1500 hours. Dutton's men will be in their cells. But you only have a 7-minute window to reach Dutton, get your answers, and get out.
When?
Does that mean you'll do it?
When?
Today.
Today. His first day is like this. Damn.
After this, you and me, we're done.
Yes, we're done.
Makeshift Shiv. Also, too, he's been clearing the way for Fisk's return. I talked about this last episode. Without all these gangs and cartels, he's got no competition when he's out outside of Matt, and perhaps now the Hand.
We need to think about our priorities to decide how to proceed with Nelson and Murdoch.
I think you're right. I think putting some distance between us is smart. What? Isn't that what you wanted?
He wants you to fight.
We were really close to winning the Frank Castle case and getting that guy the help he needed. I don't know what tanked it, but I know we had a shot. Mostly because I worked my ass off to cover for you. I deserve better than that.
I know.
Every time I walk up those stairs, I wonder if today's the day you're dead in your living
I'm
room.
not gonna stop, Foggy.
Came close last night.
If I'm holding you back, then you should consider closing the office for good.
That's not what I came to say.
But it's what I'm saying.
He's just throwing away his personal life now? Dude, he wants you to fight for the friendship. So what? He wasn't just starting with Elektra, he's gonna throw out everyone? Everyone out of his life? I don't like that. I don't like that, dude. I understand. In his own mind, he thinks that's the best way, but it's really not.
Long lunch. We need to talk.
Yeah, we should.
What's this about?
The report the medical examiner falsified?
Nope.
Who was that?
Alright. You see him?
Sure do.
Now look.
He's gone.
It's like he was never there. Augie, look, he was.
Karen, let it go. The trial is over. I got bigger things to worry about.
Like what? Like getting Nelson and Murdoch back on top. This would do that.
There is no Nelson and Murdoch.
You and Matt, you fought at the courthouse. You weren't your best selves, but none of us have been for a long time.
I was my best self that day.
There was a woman there in his bed. He's either not capable or not willing to make room for anything else in his life right now. All I want is the truth about something.
I'll give you a call if something changes.
Still covering for him. Okay, we're going back to this guy. Oh, right in the face. I hit his nose.
They have my son. They took Daniel.
Where are they holding him?
Yep, his next move is quite clear now.
But it's a fortress. It's impossible.
Just lead that man there. Yes, sir. When the courts fail, go to the press.
Karen Page. But I have to tell you, in the last week, I've gotten about 10 phone calls from people wanting to know where I'm getting my information. My phone starts ringing like that. That means that you're shaking the right trees.
I'll admit I sort of hated him in season 1 just because of the way he treated Ben, and you didn't know if he was on Fisk's payroll, but I really appreciate him trying to honor the memory and also just working with Karen. He realized his mistake, then he owned up to it, which is a rare thing for people. Oh, this was the guy. When he said, I see you got my... Okay, we didn't actually hear it. Because I thought he was like, you know, if you don't tank this, we're going to kill Karen. Or I thought it was going to be something threatening so that he would cave and... But... Huh. Okay.
Bitch. You and me. We got a dog. He's my son. You want to be alive to see him? Stay.
How old is his son? Imagine if they turned him into the Black Sky. Well, a Black Sky, because it's plural. There's multiple of them.
That's him. That's the John Doe. All right, he didn't have a name. But tucked inside his left shoe, he did have something. A police call sign. A special code. He was an undercover cop.
Now you make any noise, anything at
Okay.
all, I'm gonna open you. What happened? What do you think happened? Tell me who started the shooting. It went south. What do you mean it went south? It happened. What does it mean it went south? What do you mean? It wasn't a massacre, asshole. It was a sting. What? Feds infiltrated one of the gangs. I'm not sure which. They were after the man in charge, the man who organized the whole damn thing. Who's that? Who's that? I want a name. I never met him. All I know is he had a line on pure heroin. They called him the blacksmith. You know, this crusade of yours, it's never gonna end, right? Right?
He's just covered in blood. And look at them standing there.
Open the door.
They double-crossed you. Shit.
Hey. Hey.
That's Fisk for you.
I couldn't have done it without you.
Holy shit, man. There he is.
Fuck, man. Oh, dedicated Frank fight scene. Let's go. Oh, that went right through him. Holy shit. Oh, in the arm. This is so vulgar. I think it's funny. They won't say fuck in this show, but it's like The Walking Dead. They'll show the nastiest gore you can imagine, but they won't swear. Oh, in the eye. Holy shit. Oh, there's so much blood. This is so nasty. I'm definitely squeamish with blood. So, oh, this scene. And the white, him wearing the white suit was such a good stylistic choice to really highlight all the blood. I don't know if that's like literally what they do for new arrivals, so it was just, they have, you know, they're trying to be authentic, but if it was a choice, this looks amazing. Smoke them. Look at dude just standing there. Oh my god. What's his body count? It's definitely in the hundreds at this point. From his military service and all the crime people. Now all the people in jail.
Utuna, Juo Sagero. Sagero.
Hang up.
I'm not afraid to argue.
I know you're not, but you are not the only devil who will walk these streets.
What's that mean?
That's blood.
Yeah, it's got that squishy sound.
Who knows who's involved? Cops, DA's office, obviously the mayor. How high does this go?
But why was Frank's family there in the crossfire? We're really starting to get answers, but it's only pieces of the puzzle still. Karen Page. Did Ben leave a file for her? He would be great to have alive right now. And I love that they didn't completely clear out his office.
Tried to have me killed.
Yes, would have been cleaner that way, but you got what you wanted.
He's all chained up.
Yes, the plan was to kill you. I needed to close that loop. Didn't work out, did it? No, I was wrong. And when one comes across someone with such talent, with such a gift, well,
Gift.
you don't let that go to waste.
He's not gonna work for you, pal. Even in chains, he'll fight back. That's my fucking goat, bro. This man will never surrender.
Release him. Mr. Fisk, do it now!
You want a fair fight? Holy shit, is that gonna happen?
I'm in control now. And I've set you free.
You want me on the outside, so I step on every piece of shit I see. That way nobody gets strong, and we city's yours for the taking.
Something like that.
Yup.
I've given you a chance to walk free, to put that gift of yours to work, to find, what does Dutton call him? The blacksmith.
Just a small theory here.
Next time I see you, only one of us walks away.
I'm counting on it.
It is very, very rare that Fisk will meet a man like him that can level with him. Can't be bought, bribed, or intimidated. Early theory time, but I feel like the blacksmith and what the path that Frank's on, and then Matt with the hands, I feel like they're gonna entwine in the future. That dude is running. Are they draining their blood? What is going on? Is this the key to immortality?
What are they doing to you?
This is freaky. I don't want to use the word supernatural yet, but there is more of a fantastical nature to this whole season compared to the first. I mean, we still don't know if it's really immortality or what it is.
You weren't finished.
And it's fucking Nobu. I said this last episode, the dude looked like him. It wasn't him, but I had a feeling he'd come back. They talked about resurrection.
In a few hours.
Okay.
But you won't suffer alone.
He's just eating next to him.
In prison, there's only room for one kingpin.
That's me, bitch. So are they just gonna let him onto the streets? They disguised him as a guard. I was wondering how they're gonna get him out. Well, it wouldn't be through the law, but this is a clever way of doing it. And we know he has to be released because, well, future MCU spoilers, I suppose. But yeah, what I was saying last episode, he's been clearing the way for Fisk's return. And he's just taking advantage of the situation that Frank is presenting. I like that he's back because I feel like it's kind of one of those questionable things because Matt was kind of responsible for his death. He lit the guy on fire and he died. And they just never addressed it or talked about it. He seems a little stronger this time. I mean, but the difference is Matt has a proper suit now. It's not really doing much though. Like his hits, there's more impact to them. He certainly got it stronger. Is there like a body in there? Or is it just an entire pool of blood? Because it's got to be fueling something.
You're dead. There is no such thing.
Another crazy episode. I just want to address that now that I said it. It's kind of like one of those Batman Begins things where he's like, I won't kill you, but I don't have to save you. Kind of whether, depending on your own philosophy and your point of view, whether or not he was directly responsible for his death. I kind of felt that way with Matt because he was engaged in the one-on-one fight with Nobu. And to my knowledge, because I'm just basing this off of remembering that particular episode, he hit his weapon. He was already, I believe he was already covered in, I think, gasoline at that point. He hit his weapon directly towards the light, which, you know, short-circuited. We had a spark fly, and then it lit him subsequently on fire. And that's a pretty clear point A to B. Matt is responsible. And then Fisk was like, thank you for eliminating the competition. Thank you for killing Nobu. And then I believe Matt was like, this is what you wanted. And then they just kind of never talked about it again. I thought it would be like Matt would kind of wrestle a bit with, hey, did I just kill that guy? Pretty damn clearly. I don't know. Does anyone else have that opinion? Because in my mind, I kind of brush it over too because I'm like, okay, you kind of have to let that go. It is kind of one of those Batman Begins type things, but they never talked about it. There's no internal wrestling with the idea that I might have broken my code because he did, right? I mean, he hit the thing, lit him on fire, left him to burn, and that was the end of that. He directly hit the thing. I don't know. I mean, you could kind of say it was an accident. He didn't mean to hit it directly at the light, which caused the spark to light him on fire. But I mean, come on. I don't know. I think they could have either shot that better or maybe they could have written it a different way that made it seem less like Matt killed him. Because even Matt is acknowledging that Nobu was dead. So they were just kind of trying to frame it like Nobu accidentally died through his own fault and stupidity, if you want to call it that. Of course, this is better because it means Matt didn't kill anyone because of his essential no-kill rule, but it does create, I wouldn't say a plot hole, but I just wish there was some sort of, I don't know, dialogue or between maybe Fisk and Matt or just something to acknowledge that he in fact was not responsible and that it was just a complete accident on Nobu's part, which resulted in him getting killed. And I just have to say with this, because now we have very two clear plot lines, which I said I think are going to intertwine at some point because we have one man, I believe he's called the blacksmith, who is producing and pushing the heroin, and they were doing like a trade between the different organizations. And this is very reminiscent of the heroin that the Chinese were doing in season 1, which were also all blind like Matt. They took their vision. I believe it was Madame Gao, right? And so I don't know if it's somebody stepped in to take over that trade now that the Chinese are out of it, or it was like they were never there at all. It was somebody else always pulling the strings. But I feel like that person, whoever it is one and the same with wherever the Black Sky is going, because Nobu was part of the organization. He was with the Yakuza. He was still part of the alliance with Fisk in season 1. So it's not like he's doing all his mystical assassin type ninja shit by himself. He was still involving himself with other criminals. So maybe it is either a takeover or they were more intertwined than I thought. Because I do feel like this is all going to lead to a Matt plus Frank team up, and then Karen takes the front on the sort of media court side to do a 3-way takedown of this whole thing. And then that will leave a massive vacancy. Enter season 3, Fisk is back. That's just how I think it's going to all go down. And that's pretty much all I said last episode is Frank is indirectly helping Fisk out because he's clearing the way and Fisk is leeching off of that success, taking full advantage of the vacancy. It's kind of like the whole premise of The Penguin, where Carmine Falcone was dead and then it left a huge power vacuum. Everybody's vying for that throne and they're all fighting for it. In the end, Oz got it naturally. So here it's like the inverse. You have the Kingpin of Gotham, now you have the Kingpin of New York, who vacated his own throne and other pretenders were fighting for it. And Frank is just eliminating all of them. So he's going to return to his dusty throne, polish it, and take a seat. That's where it's inevitably leading. And I like that he even will admit that he is trying to hop on that success. And it's one of those situations that Frank can't escape from because it's something he needs. And Fisk is willing to admit it because he also knows that about him, that he can't let this opportunity go. Keep doing what you're doing and just let me help you along and we'll both benefit from it. And he said the season 1 quote of "a rising tide raises all boats," which is very, very true in this case. And it just, the whole interaction between them was so good to see because to my knowledge, it's pretty much only Nobu because of his association with the organization, and perhaps it might be even more so that he's in fact one of the leaders behind it. But it's very rare for a man like Wilson Fisk to meet a man that will not be bought, intimidated, none of those things. You can't make him bend the knee. You can't make him submit. He's going to match you eye to eye, fist to fist. And that is certainly and probably beyond Frank Castle, because that man submits to no one. And I love that about him. Even with the Irish, when they were torturing him, they were looking for him to beg and stop. He's like, no, come on, keep it coming. Like, this dude is crazy. Oh, I love him. It's hard because they're so different. They're similar, but they're different between Daredevil and the Punisher. And there obviously is some John Bernthal flair in there. But it is hard not to love him just a little bit more than Daredevil. And I imagine some of you watching are going to be a little disappointed by that, but I got to speak the truth. It's same thing with like Peacemaker, is I like Vigilante more than Peacemaker. It's just sometimes those side characters, through sort of the lens of the protagonist, that you're able to enjoy them a bit more and they're more of a standout. It's just a result of the structuring of some stories. But also too, as I said, in this case, it's just because it's John Bernthal, who I love. And I don't know if he's very much like how he is in the comics, because there's a crazy factor to him, but it's not like a mental sort of, it's just an unstoppable drive and need for his revenge and cleansing the world of this filth and scum. And I just love his persistency. And it is this sort of dilemma of an unstoppable force meeting an immovable object, and he is a man that will not stop. And I think he's really tipping the scales. I mean, it's kind of sucks though, because I'm so far behind on this. This series originally came out in 2015, so 11 years ago. And now we have, not only was there the Punisher spinoff series, but now we have Daredevil Born Again. There's some, I don't know if it's a show or it's like a special, kind of like, was it Werewolf by Night? The one directed by Michael Giacchino, and it was like in black and white. It was like the Halloween special, but I don't know if they recently did something with John Bernthal as Punisher, but I don't know if it was a new show or it was just one of those kind of specials. So it sucks because I'm very much aware that he gets out and he's able to walk scot-free without any like, arrest that man, get him back in jail. He's fine, he's free. So spoilers, and same thing with Fisk. I know he gets out at some point, and I have to imagine at some point they cross paths again. So that talk of next time we see each other, only one of us is walking away, we know that's not going to happen because of spoilers. So that is the sort of negative about watching this now, as opposed to being able to experience it all those years ago. But I imagine I wouldn't have enjoyed it as much because, for one, I was a way different person 11 years ago. I was much, much younger, and I kind of wasn't really into these types of things. Well, I was, but I wouldn't appreciate it to the degree of going in more hardcore into themes and characterization, because I appreciate the story and its inner workings much more, the sort of sophistication and structure of those things now. Back then, when I was a teenager, it was just like, action, sex. But now I appreciate the artistry and I appreciate good storytelling. So I'm glad if I had to choose, I'd prefer to do it this way again, watching it now as opposed to even with the spoilers and knowing certain things. And once we get to Daredevil Born Again, we'll kind of see how it matches up versus now and sort of the new plot lines that we do, because it's going to take a much bigger shift. I talked a bit about this, how season 1 was much more grounded, realistic, because you had this sort of crime corruption type of organization show where it was gritty and realistic in a sense with all these different groups vying for both support and rivalry, trying to take over New York through drugs, through human trafficking. So it was very, very relevant and grounded. And then here we're going a bit more fantastical to where we have ninjas and blood sanctioning that's creating immortal people returning from the dead. So where the stakes and just the fantastical nature are rising. And then I'm very much aware that once we get to Daredevil Born Again, which is going to be, this is fully in the MCU, I'm curious how they're just going to be like, okay, no restrictions. I saw a bit of She-Hulk. I didn't watch the show, but I checked out the Daredevil clips because I'm like, oh my God, Daredevil's back. And he was doing flips, like CG flips, obviously, but you can already see there that they're doing much more of the just kind of throw logic and physics out the window and making it more comic-y, which is not a bad thing, but it is a huge departure in a sense from what we've built so far with these first 2 seasons. It could just be a natural evolution. I mean, there's going to be baggage when you attach it to the MCU, but I suppose this was always part of it because you do have the Battle of New York newspaper in the background, so many Easter egg references to Captain America and Thor in the first season. I mean, hell, it was Fisk taking advantage of all the new construction after the battle, and that was a great way to cover his operation. So it has technically, it's kind of loosely based in the MCU, but they doubled down and really made it so now in recent years. And this was episode 9, I think. So we have 4 more episodes this season. So I can't wait to see how this all concludes. And just one more time reiterating my theory of we're going to have the 3-way takedown. We have Matt and Frank who are going to find out the blacksmith and the hands are one and the same, or perhaps they're working together. So they'll take him down physically. And then on the court media side, we have Karen developing that story. And they're going to all compile their evidence and their own success. And they're going to target this case and just completely blow it up. And I hope the DA too meets the end of her day, because I don't think that she's just going to drop out of the season now because the case is over, but maybe. And where do we go with Foggy from here? I'm also curious. And if Karen will even find out about what the hell is going on with Matt's life. So I can't wait for the next episode. That would be next week, of course. So until then, have a great rest of your day, rest well, and until the next.